Yesterday morning, I was sent an email from my apartment building letting me and the other people in my building know that we were cleared to come back. Thankfully, our block was still intact. Nothing happened to the apartment buildings on our street. So I was very, very grateful about being back and being able to come back to a place. But I was not ready for the anxiety that I would feel. When I was coming back into my apartment, I encountered one of my neighbors, and we were both like sharing a quick comment about how we felt, and how it was scary to have to be evacuated immediately yesterday. I'm sorry, the day before, which would have been Wednesday, January the 8th, I think it is. That was extremely scary. So my neighbor was saying, she's like, yeah, I'm going to keep, a suitcase together just in case, because they're expecting the winds to pick up again next week. And that's what they've been reporting on the news, that the winds are going to be picking up again next week, and we can potentially encounter the same situation. And I was like, oh God, this is rough. So I was like, all right, yeah, you're right. I need to come back home and kind of get like my luggage in order, because I like the stuff I left with, it was, I just wasn't ready. I didn't, I felt like people who say when something happens to them, like, I didn't think it could happen to me. That's how I felt about the fires. I didn't think that they could happen to me. I thought, oh, I'm far away from there. But really, I was only, when I looked on a GPS, it said 16 miles from the Palisades fires. So I was like, whoa, that's kind of close. But I still didn't feel that I was in danger or that I would be facing an evacuation. So when I got in my house, I just kind of chilled out and relaxed for a little bit. And then, probably like about 2 hours later, I received this alert on my phone telling me to gear up for evacuation again, because the fires were picking up again. And the anxiety that went through me was just like, no, not again. Like, I just wasn't ready for it. I was, I had been sitting down just kind of processing the last 24 hours from the moment that I got in my place. And then, like, in a few hours, to just be told, like, oh, you've got to gear up to leave again because of potential fires coming back to your area. And it was so, the anxiety, the worry, the I don't know, just so many emotions going through me. And I was just like, I just wasn't ready. And I just tried to start thinking about, okay, I've got to get ready to go again. What am I going to take? Do I take the same suitcase that I had before, which I felt was just like too much stuff because my suitcase was so heavy? And I just can't explain how I was feeling. It was a lot of anxiety. So, approximately 20 minutes after I received that alert message that I needed to evacuate again, I get another message saying that this was an error. And I happened to be watching the news, and they had reported that everyone had gotten the same text message and that it was an error. So I was just like, I was relieved, but a part of me kind of felt a little PTSD ish, where I was just scared to like rest and take a nap and go to sleep, because I hadn't had much sleep the night before. Even though we were able to stay in a safe place, it was good, but it was, it was a lot of anxiety. I just wasn't really able to sleep very good. I was happy that it was a false alarm, but then I was just like worried, like, okay, what if this happens again? What if I've got to leave? Like, guys, to be honest, I was just too scared to even go to sleep, because I was scared that I was going to get an alert message and that I'd be too deep in sleep and wouldn't hear it. So, and I was like so tired when I got back home yesterday afternoon. It was like the kind of tired that my eyes were stinging. My eyes were stinging so bad I wanted to go to sleep. I felt like a little baby, just irritated, because I was so sleepy. because of that anxiety of coming back and the potential, like next week it could happen again, and then getting that mistake alert message. So I just kind of like sat in my chair and tried to work on some things, had the TV on and everything. And then eventually I did fall asleep in my seat because I was just too scared to go to sleep, because I was like, what if I miss another alert? Like, my nerves are just bad. I think like this is just really bad, you all. So today is a little bit more calmer. I'm going to try to go and volunteer, and my heart goes out to everyone who's lost their home, lost family members, friends. This is just bad. I have learned to always be resourceful. Always keep a jug of water in your car, because you just never know. Like now I may not have had an evacuation plan, but I did have water.